Hello guys, a very good evening and welcome you back to our revision classes for our income tax year. So, how are you all? Come on everyone, say me, how is it going everyone? So we are in almost the last part of today for income tax. We will be covering some of the last chapters here. Yes, come on, say me everyone, happy noon. So we can start quickly. Yes, come on everyone, are you all alive? Yes. Hari Kishan is there. Vinit is there. Yes. Nidhi Madhav, Sushmita, Yashwat. Very nice. That's perfect. Okay. So here, let's start with our class today. So guys, as we have agenda for today, in this first session, we'll be covering our income from other source. We'll start it from, and then we'll go towards the next upcoming sessions, upcoming chapters. Okay. So guys, here, before going to income from other sources, income from other source is the last head of income. So all of your income will be taxable in the first prior heads, and if still any income remains, that will come under the income from other source and will be taxable here. Okay. So here, when any income first when gets taxable here, so remember, first you always go to PGBP. If it's your business or profession, it will be there. If no, then it will go to your other heads of income. Then if it's capital assets or transfer capital asset, it will go capital gain. It's your what do we say? Salary, it will go. Salary is from your house property. For house property, we have seen condition that there should be a house property and assets should be the owner of the time. Same. Okay, land ownership is not important. Building ownership is important. So it will go there. And if that doesn't happen anyways like that, like subletting of house property, that will come under income from how other sources. So please always remember when if income is not taxable at any other places, it will be taxable here, income from other sources. That's why it is also known as remainder income, remainder source of income. So first, let's see a bit small list of what different things will be taxable in income from other sources. Okay. So first, interest on securities. Okay. One more thing. There has been a big amendment, a big like a small amendment is there, but there have been many examples which institute have shared with us that will take once we are done with it. Once we are done with the, as whatever are there in the chapter will take there itself, and rest we'll go through it once we are done with the complete income tax. तो हम पूरा RTP आपका जो भी एक amendment सब एक साथ में कर लेंगे. So even if you want to watch it later, you can watch that section later as well. Okay. So now here, which income will be taxable in your income from other sources? First, interest on securities. If securities held as stock in trade, then PGBP. Now say I have some shares, some securities, some debt instrument or something like that in which I have invested. If investing in such thing is my business, the interest on the same will be PGBP. But if investing in such thing is not my business, I'm just for the sake of investment, I'm investing it, it will be taxable here. Just like every interest is taxable here. Okay. Rent from letting out of plant, machinery, furniture. So if you let out any plant, machinery or furniture, again, if it's your business, it will be there. Other than that, it will be here. And if you remember, we are also learning income from house property. The rent on furniture will be under IOS and the rent of house property will be under house property. And if you're not able to divide it, if your agreement doesn't specify it, then whole of the rent will go under income from other sources. Further, dividend on shares. Any dividend which you get it, even that is taxable now. So that will be also earned here only. Winnings from lottery, puzzle, card game, etc. will be taxed at flat 30% under 115 BB and will be again taxable in income from other sources. Interest on bank deposit and loan given. Again, same here with some deduction that we'll see later on. अभी तो आप सबको पूरा ले लोगे जितनी भी आपकी income है without any deduction. Then later on what to do that we'll see later on in deductions part. Royalty income, directors sitting fees if they get it any. Further, agriculture income from land located outside India. Even that has to be taxed here. See, Agriculture income from land in India is exempt. Rental income from agriculture land for agriculture in India is exempt. But if it's outside India or anything like that, it will be under PGBP. Income from subletting of house property. What is subletting of house property? Now say I am here. I have taken this house property from someone else on a rent and I have given it forward to someone else on a rent. This is subletting of house property. Here I am not the owner of the house property. I am just taking it on lease and giving it to someone else. Even that will be taxable under income from other source if it's not your business. Salary of MP, MLA, MLC will be taxable here. Interest on income tax refund. So if you get any interest on the income tax refund, even that will be taxable here. This is the another different separate point which you have seen in the chapter of salary as well. That two salaries will be not taxable in the chapter of salary, in the head of salary. One was salary of partner who is getting from partnership firm by whatever name called. And second was MP, MLA is getting any salary from obviously government. That will be taxable in income from other source. But also remember, please, इसमें जो भी आपके allowances रहेंगे ना, वो allowances are tax free. They are not to be taxed. Okay. Further, income on any investment, you do it. Thereafter, amount received under family pension. So if you receive any amount under family pension, whatever is the total amount, you write it down, and deduction will be 1/3 of the family pension amount or 15,000, whichever is less. So whatever income amount you received in family pension, you write it down and take the deduction, which will be 1/3 or 15,000, whichever is less. Further, interest on compensation on compulsory acquisition of capital asset. So if you get enhanced compensation, so enhanced compensation will be taxable in capital gains after subtracting litigation expenditure. Also, if you get interest on this compensation, even enhanced or even normal compensation, you can get interest because government generally delays paying the compensation. So whatever amount of interest you get on this compensation, that will be taxable under the head income from other source. But please remember, section 57 के अंदर आपको जितना भी interest है उसका flat 50% deduction मिलेगा. It is quite important and interesting as well. Why? It can be one of the MCQ question. Gift, etc. will be taxable here. Interest from post office saving bank account will be exempt up to here itself. So whatever is interest on post office been there, you write it down. If it is single account, you will get exemption up to 3,500. If it's joint account, you will get exemption of 7,000 for both the people. Okay, so this can be also done here. Thereafter, the next is taxation of gifts. So in this case, this is the most interesting thing of your income from other sources. First, please understand one basic thing about taxation of gifts, that whatever gifts you have received, whatever gift you have received, please bring it here first. Gift, asset, whatever thing you have received for less compensation or for less payment or for free, whatever, first you bring it here. Okay. Once you bring it to us here in income from other sources, okay, you first see that whether this gift has been received on the for or basis of MRIDHUTLA ITC. अगर इसमें से कोई भी एक occasion पे if you have received this gift of whatever amount it may be, it is not taxable. Sir, what are these cases? What are the situation when this gift will be not taxable at all? Let it be amount in crores and crores of rupees. So let's see what are these situations here. The situation are very interesting and you need to remember them as it is. सबसे पहले is on the occasion of marriage. Now, even government knows that he or she is getting married. Okay, so बेचारा ऑलरेडी बेचारा या बेचारी ऑलरेडी तकलीफ में है, ऐसे इसमें हम उसको और टैक्स लगा देंगे तो और बेचारा मुश्किल में आ जाएगा. Okay, so what we are saying here, on occasion of marriage, whatever gifts you receive, whatever amount of gift you receive on the occasion of marriage, that is fully exempt. MRIDHUTLAITC is the word. Okay, so that is fully exempt. Thereafter, another case, if you receive any gift from your any relative, any amount of gift from your any relative, yes, your relative can be of much use sometimes. Okay, so this all relatives gift received from relative will be also exempt. Now you ask, sir, what do you mean by relative? So हमने देखो एक बार देखा था रिलेटिव सेक्शन 40A(2) के अंदर. डू यू रिमेंबर दिस? कौन सी चैप्टर का, जरा बताना मुझे. सेम इज सेक्शन 40A(2) वाज ऑफ व्हिच चैप्टर? लेट मी सी. Section 40A(2) is of which chapter, guys? कम ऑन सेम ही एवरीवन, गूगल करके मत बताओ मुझे। सेक्शन 48 ऑफ विच चैप्टर, जिसके अंदर हमने रिलेटिव की डेफिनेशन देखी थी, मदर फादर ब्रदर सिस्टर। विनीत हैज गिवन आंसर आफ्टर सो लॉन्ग वेटिंग, पीजीबीपी। या ध्यान नहीं है, एनी एक्सेसिव सैलरी और एनी अमाउंट पेड टू योर रिलेटिव्स अंडर सेक्शन 48 इज दिस अलाउड। क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? यस। सो वहाँ का जो रिलेटिव का डेफिनेशन है उसको यहाँ पर मत लेके आना, यहाँ का रिलेटिव का डेफिनेशन अलग है। सो नाउ यू आस्क मी सर यहाँ के रिलेटिव का डेफिनेशन क्या है, तो यहाँ के रिलेटिव का डेफिनेशन ये है। चलो और एक फोटो निकाल लो मेरे साथ में। ओके, सो हियर व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द रिलेटिव हियर, प्लीज पे अटेंशन। द डेफिनेशन ऑफ रिलेटिव इज, फर्स्ट यहाँ पर आप खड़े हो और वहां पे ही आपका स्पाउस भी खड़ा है, आपका या आपकी स्पाउस खड़ी है। सी द स्पाउस। यस। ओके, so yes, so your spouse and you, obviously you are relative. Then see, आपके ब्रदर उनकी स्पाउस, आपके सिस्टर उनकी स्पाउस, ऐसे सी, हाँ, इट कैन बी men as well as women. Then your own mother father, their brother sister, their brother sister and their respective spouses, and your linear ascendants. Now your spouses, brother sister and spouse and mother father. Now only remember, only difference between your relatives and your spouse relative is that mother's brother father or father's brother father are not included in the definition. आपके पापा के ब्रदर फादर या मम्मी के ब्रदर फादर आर इंक्लूडेड, बट आपके स्पाउस के पापा के ब्रदर फादर एंड मदर फादर आर नॉट इंक्लूडेड। ओके, सो रिमेंबर, if this I am, so if this is my wife, okay, so first my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, and their spouses. Everyone clear? My mother, her brother and spouse, her sister and spouse. My father's brother and spouse, my father's sister and spouse. Okay? And thereafter, my all linear ascendants. Now let's talk about my wife. Okay? थोड़ा सा मेरे वाइफ को थोड़ा नीचे कर देते भाई, बहुत ऊपर हो रहा है। Okay. Yes. She will be looking at this lecture and she would beat me later on. Okay. Now see, her mother, father, okay, ऊपर कोई नहीं, इधर भी कोई नहीं, मतलब उनके ब्रदर फादर कोई नहीं है इन माय रिलेटिव्स। ओके, एंड उनके लीनियर असेंडेंट आर माय रिलेटिव्स, और हर ग्रैंड मदर, ग्रैंड फादर, ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रैंड मदर, ग्रैंड फादर, ऑल विल बी रिलेटिव ऑफ माइन एज वेल। वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट माइन, हाँ, करंटली। ठीक है, और उसके बाद वॉट एवर वुड बी आवर लीनियर डिसेंडेंट्स, ऑब्वियसली टुगेदर। ओके, सो दे ऑल आर माई रिलेटिव्स, और ऐसे सारे रिलेटिव से जितना भी पैसा आपको आ रहा है, सारा पैसा आने दो, कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। जितना भी पैसा आ रहा है, स्माइल, नो सॉरी, लेट मी स्माइल नाइसली and let her be in angry mode. Okay, so whatever money she is getting, or not she is getting from any of your relative at any occasion, there is no need of occasion as well, neither marriage, nothing, कभी भी सुबह शाम रात में 12 बजे, 1 बजे, 2 बजे, 3 बजे, 5 बजे, जब भी फोन करके पैसा दे रहे हो, बिंदास ले लो, इनकम टैक्स में टैक्स फ्री है। Everyone clear? Once again, I'm clearly giving you the definition of relative. Pay attention. Me, my spouse, my mother, father, their brother, sister, and spouses, my linear ascendants, my linear descendant. Let's talk about my spouse. My spouse, mother, father, that's it. My spouse, brother, sister, भूल गया ना मैं, आप क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? ब्रदर सिस्टर एंड स्पाउसेस है, स्पाउस के भी सिर्फ नहीं है तो क्या है, सिर्फ मदर फादर के ब्रदर सिस्टर नहीं है, दैट्स इट। एवरीवन क्लियर? कम ऑन से मी, आर यू क्लियर एवरीवन? सर यस और नो? आपको स्क्रीनशॉट निकाला तो इतने मेरे सुंदर डायग्राम का भी आप स्क्रीनशॉट निकाल सकते हो मेरे साथ में। बट आई डोंट सी नन ऑफ यू आर पोस्टिंग, आई डोंट फील यू शुड टेक दिस एंड स्क्रीनशॉट्स नाउ। आई एम गिविंग सो गुड पोजेस फॉर यू। Come on, everyone, clear? Say me yes or no. Yes, Kini. Kini is doing next level study, it seems. Our step relative students are also included. Yes, they should be included. Okay. मैंने जानबूझ के स्क्रैच किया ताकि गाइज आपको ये अच्छी से याद रहे कि यहाँ पर नहीं लेना है आपको, नहीं तो फ्लो फ्लो में आप वहां पर भी ले लोगे. ओके, डन. वेरी गुड. परफेक्ट. सो सी, सो दिस वाज द ओनली सेकंड केस गाइज. वी आर लर्निंग आपका किसको, आप कौन से केसेस में आपके गिफ्ट्स एग्जम्प्ट रहेंगे. ओके, सो मैरिज रिलेटिव, इफ यू गेट एनी गिफ्ट इन वे ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस, इन कंटेम्पलेशन ऑफ डेथ, किसी के बेचारे के जाने के बाद आपको मिले हैं, फ्रॉम एनी यूनिवर्सिटी और एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन, फॉर एनी लोकल अथॉरिटी. So see, marriage, relative, institution, in contemplation of death, university, local authority, any trust, hospital, any individual trust made solely for the benefit of the individual, इनसे भी कुछ gift मिला है, even that is exempt. Fund, hospital, medical institution, by way of any transaction not regarded as transfer, जिसमें हमने transfer को transfer नहीं बताया ना, 16 such situation in the chapter of your, what do we say that, capital gains, उसमें से कुछ situations है यहाँ पर. And the last, from any other section as may be prescribed in future. So MRIDHUTLA. Okay, remember this. So marriage, relative, inheritance, death, what do we say? Hospital, university, trust, local authority. Further, that some of the transfer which are not regarded as transfer, and the one is your institute as well. Everyone clear? So please, as soon as you get any gift, first take it to here. If in any of this occasion is there, any of this person is there, it is absolutely exempt without any limitation to the amount. If no, then bring it further. अगर ये नहीं है तो आगे लेके आओ and divide it in the 3 cases. You have to divide it into 3 parts. Okay, the first part is whatever cash amount done, total लो, सबका total, जितना भी पैसा पूरे ईयर में मिला है, total it out. And if the total goes above 50,000, fully taxable. If total is below 50,000, nothing taxable. So, say for example, अगर आपके दोस्त को 49,900 rupees मिले हैं, will it be taxable or not, guys? Come on, say me. In cash, fully or not single person, fully we are going to see here. If your friend got 49,900, will it be taxable during the previous year or not? Come on, say me yes or no, guys. Will it be taxable or not? Only Vaishnavi knows. Only Vaishnavi said we not taxable. Okay. So as amount is less than 50,000 for that complete year, it is going to be not taxable. तो आपको क्या करना है, इसको जाके 101 रुपीज दे देना है. मतलब आप पूरा 50,000 के ऊपर चले जाएगा एंड इट विल बी फुली टैक्सेबल. सो आज ये आपका काम है. ओके, नेक्स्ट. सो ऑल द कैश यू पुट इट टू वन प्लेस. Okay, next, whatever are the movable properties, you put it here. Now, what things are movable properties? So, see, these things are be known as movable property, which are shares, securities, jewelry, drawing, painting, sculpture, archaeological collection, or any other work of art, including bullions. So, यहाँ पे हमने share, security और bullion को include कर दिया है. This definition you must have seen. We remember yesterday which assets which are included in capital asset definition, even though personal movable property. So whatever gift you received, first you took that to MRID HUTLA. वहाँ नहीं कुछ accept हुआ, then you are bringing it forward. You are dividing it into 3 parts. Cash को सब एक जगह कर दो and see whether it is above 50,000 or not. If it is above 50,000, fully taxable. And rest of amount you bring it to the whichever amount, whichever things are there, movable property जो भी है आपके गिफ्ट के अंदर. If it is shares, securities, ज्वेलरी, ड्राइंग, पेंटिंग, स्कल्पचर, आर्कियोलॉजिकल कलेक्शन और एनी अदर वर्क ऑफ आर्ट, अगर ये इनमें से कुछ है तो ही ये टैक्सेबल है, वरना टैक्सेबल नहीं है. सो आप क्या करोगे, इनमें से कुछ है एंड इफ द अमाउंट इज 50,000 के ऊपर, Okay, so it is fully taxable. एंड ये सारे मिला के अगर अमाउंट नहीं, आपने कुछ पेमेंट दिया है, सो द डिफरेंस, द नेट का डिफरेंस इन द फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू एंड योर पेमेंट, इफ इट दैट इज अबाउट 50,000, इवन दैट विल बी फुल्ली टैक्सेबल. Everyone, please remember, okay, if the value of any share, security, jewelry, drawing, painting, sculpture, archaeological collection, any other work of art, अगर इनमें से किसी भी की amount, fair market value is, if it is above 50,000, fully taxable. And if you are paid something, so fair market value and whatever you are paid, if that is above 50,000, the difference, it will be also fully taxable. Okay, so come on, say me the answer with one thing. If my employer given me a car, will it be taxable or not? If my employer given me a car, will it be taxable or not? Yes, come on, say me the answer. Rajeshwar is saying not taxable. Kini and Vaishnavi are saying taxable. Harish Kishan is saying taxable. Very good. अगर आप taxable बोल रहे हो because anything from employer to employee is taxable under chapter salary, then correct. You are very good, very perfect. But अगर आप iOS के हिसाब से बात कर रहे हो तो iOS में तो आएगा ही नहीं ना वो, because it is from employer to employee in salary chapter. Very nice. No other thing. Let's take me another example. If my friend given me, come on, Aviran, answer this as well, okay? If my friend given me a Rolex watch of 50 lakhs on my, say, second anniversary, on my marriage second anniversary, say me, will it be taxable or not? Nidhi Madhav is saying taxable, Yashwat is saying taxable, Vaishnavi is saying taxable, Harikishan is saying taxable, Kini is also saying taxable. Why taxable, guys? कोई रीजन भी तो दो मुझे क्यों टैक्सेबल है. Even Rajeshwari is saying taxable, Rashmita is saying taxable, but why? Guys, pay attention. First thing, only on the occasion of marriage. अरे नहीं मेरे भाई लोग, क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? Pay attention. You are correct. See, as I said you, please go with the process. Process को skip मत करो. First, take the gift to MRIDHUTLA. Okay, so here as my friend given, my friend is neither relative, neither he given on the occasion of marriage. Anniversary, second, third, fifth, 100, 200 anniversary doesn't make any sense. Marriage means marriage. 4-5 बार शादी करोगे, 4-5 बार जितने गिफ्ट मिलेंगे सब एग्जाम रहेंगे, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट मैरिज मीन्स मैरिज. ओके, सो यहाँ पर नहीं था तो यू डन वेरी राइट थिंग, आप उसको आगे लेके आ गए. अब ये कैश में नहीं था तो आपने यहाँ पर नहीं लेके गया. आपको मैंने बताया दूसरा इज ओनली फॉर मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी विच आर ज्वेलरी, ड्राइंग, पेंटिंग, स्कल्पचर, आर्कियोलॉजिकल कलेक्शन, एनी अदर वर्क ऑफ आर्ट, शेयर, सिक्योरिटी एंड बुलियन. अब मुझे बताओ जो वॉच है इसमें से कौन से इसमें आता है? वॉच इसमें से कौन सी कैटेगरी में आता है? वॉच डजंट कम इन एनी कैटेगरी, सो नॉट टैक्सेबल. करोड़ों रुपए की वॉच लेने दो, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू बी टैक्सेबल अंटिल अनलेस इट इज ज्वेलरी. So if it is only and only among this, then and then only it is going to be taxable, guys, or else it's not going to be taxable if you receive any movable property from anyone. Let your friends give you Lamborghini, Ducati, whatever, bike, car, whatever, let him go. Until unless it's here, it won't be taxable. Are you all clear? And the third category which we'll take is your immovable property. Again, in immovable property, there are two situations. If you took any immovable property for free and if the value is above 50,000, fully taxable. If you took immovable property for after paying something and the difference of this is above 50,000, even that will be fully taxable. Here again, section 50C वाला part comes. कि difference अगर आप SDV में से देखोगे, if your stamp duty value, if your consideration is, if your stamp duty value is more than 110% of your consideration, then you see difference with the stamp duty value and the actual consideration. If difference is above 50,000, again, this will be fully taxable here. Understood, everyone? So please, whenever you bring your gift further, if it is not in any of the case above, you make three parts of this. The first part will be again your cash above 50,000 fully taxable. The second part will be into your movable property. But here movable property में सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्या आएगा? Jewelry, drawing, painting, sculpture, archaeological collection, any other work of art. The third and the last thing would be the immovable property, where if you are taken for non-consideration above 50,000 fully taxable, if you are taken for consideration but the difference in the consideration of your actual amount or with SDV is above 50,000, it is going to be fully taxable. Everyone clear now? Okay. Last question. Pay attention. And say me, is everyone clear or not? Everyone, I want you to answer from you because आपने गलत आंसर दिया था. Say my father's brother. Here I am. Here is my wife. Okay. My father's brother gifted a necklace to my wife on our first anniversary. Necklace cost is 1 lakh rupees. Say me, is it taxable or not? अब ये किसी ने आंसर गलत दिया तो फिर देखो, मैं भी उड़ीपी में और आप भी उड़ीपी में हो. Yes, taxable, non-taxable to wife, taxable, taxable to wife, taxable, taxable. Very good. Very nice. Why? Because see, my father's brother. So मैं मेरे wife के तो spouse के father के brother हो गए वो, which are not relative in the definition. So neither relative, neither on the occasion of marriage, it is fully taxable as it is above 50 lakh rupees. Very nice. Got it, everyone? Perfect. Superb. Chalo. So it seems now you are very much Clear with the same thing. Okay, so this is the major and most important part here. Now see what is the what things were there in your movable property. Share, security, jewelry, drawing, painting, sculpture, archaeological collection, any other workout of bullion, इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी जो अलग पार्ट था, एंड वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट भी आ गया है अभी, मतलब किसी ने किसी को क्रिप्टो करेंसी भी दिया, एंड इवन दैट इज इफ अबाउट 50,000 रुपीज, इवन दैट विल बी देयर. ओके, परफेक्ट. इतना कौन क्यों हंस रहा है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है मुझे. ओके, नेक्स्ट. Also, any member of HUF, even they will be all relatives here. Further thereafter, what another important thing I have to take it. Wait a minute. अगेन सेक्शन 50C का रूल यहाँ पे भी एप्लीकेबल होता है. अगर आप एसडीवी से सेटिस्फाइड नहीं हो, सो विद द थ्रू ऑफ एओ यू कैन गो टू एसडीवी, यू कैन गो टू वैल्यूएशन ऑफिसर एंड यू कैन गो फर्दर फॉर द वैल्यूएशन. इफ ही इंक्रीजेस द वैल्यूएशन, ignore him. If he decreases the value, you can accept the same. Okay, now in the case of yeah, further one interesting question is there. This question is from your study material itself. This question says the inclusion of कब आपको section 43CA लगाना है और कब आपको section 50C लगाना है. Okay, so please pay attention. When the immovable property is transferred as stock in trade, 43CA will come, and capital asset 50C will come. Okay, and when see now it is here to see, pay attention everyone, anyone. It's very important thing. You need to understand this provision very interestingly. Very interesting provision because they have seen that there are many dealings in land and building happening with all the black money. What it says that, see, जो ट्रांसफर करने वाला है, द वन हु इज ट्रांसफरिंग द लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग, ओके, इफ ही इज having holding this property as stock in trade, 43CA is applicable, and if he is transferring this as a capital asset, 50C applicable. Now what this both section says, this both section says that if, now this is what this both section says, हमने पढ़ा था कल. See, कि अगर आपके प्रॉपर्टी का सेल वैल्यू से हम 110% जाएंगे, if your SDV is inside this, great. But if your SDV is outside this, the SDV will consider as full value of consideration or sales value. Everyone clear with this? So try to imagine this situation कि I am transferring some property to someone else which is less than, which is amount is less than or SDV. So even though in actual situation से मुझे 10 करोड़ ही मिले होंगे, but वो क्या लेंगे, वो SDV लेंगे. So they are taxing me with the for the extra amount which may I am not receiving it in the terms of documents. And with it they are not stopping here. What they are saying further, जो सामने वाला रिसीवेबल है ना, उसको सेक्शन 56 210 में लग जाएगा. ये क्या सेक्शन है, यही तो पूरा सेक्शन था जो रामायण अभी हमने किया है. ओके, व्हाट दिस सेक्शन सेज दैट इफ यू आर रिसीविंग सच इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी फ्रॉम एनीवन एल्स whose stamp duty value is 50,000, difference of stamp duty value and the sale value is 50,000 rupees say above, so this fully will be taxable here. Understand the inclusion of section 56 210 read with section 43CA read with section 50C. What does this mean? This mean कि one who is transferring the property, even for him it is taxable, and the one who is receiving the property, for even him it is taxable. So what it means to say? It means to say, please give the prominence position to stamp duty value, because stamp duty value ही हमारे लिए लक्ष्मण रेखा है. आप stamp duty value से कम में if you are selling anything, it means there is major problem here. Because government value, stamp duty value is always going to be very less. And if you're selling any of your transaction more less than this, it's a red flag for them. Right? In your generation name, it's a red flag for them. And such red flags will be given a immediate notice to you. So again, remember, the one who is transferor is transferring in the terms of stocking trade, section 43CA applicable. If is transferring as capital asset, section 50C applicable. Both the sections say same thing, that your actual consideration should be, or your stamp duty value should be inside your actual consideration ka 110%. If it is above it, take stamp duty value. And in hands of receivable, even someone is receiving something and paying less than it, even it will be taxable in his hand. So for example, if my stamp duty value is say 12 lakhs, I actually sold it for 8 lakhs, which I'm showing in documents. सो जो 4 लाख का गैप है ना, ये यहाँ पे द वन ट्रांसफरर विल ऑल्सो पे टैक्स ऑन द सेम as a PGPP or capital gain, section 43C or 50C, and at the same time, the transferee, the one who is receiving this, even he will pay the tax on the same. Is everyone clear? Come on, say me yes. These 3 sections are very important. It can be there for your MCQ as well as a beautiful 6 marks question can be draft. And if you remember, in your study material itself, there is a question with the name of Ram and Lakhan is there. Ram and Lakhan naam se hai ya fir, wait a minute, with what name it is there in your study material, I'll say you. Yeah, with the same name itself. Ram and Lakhan नाम से question आपके study material में, which says you the exactly same thing. And also it gives one more implication here of section 450C as well as 43CA that we will take the stamp duty value generally as on date of agreement. But if you have transferred some amount before on at date of agreement, in case of advance through any banking channel, we'll take agreement or else we'll go to the registration date. Everyone clear? Come on, say me yes. Anyone have any doubt here? Come on, I want to see everyone's clear here answer, or else I will take this one again once again. See, this hurry question is there in your study material. Just go through this question. This question is very, very, very important because it gives you a complete understanding of the same. Everyone done? Shall we move forward? Okay. Next. Next, we have also already seen it in the income from house property and capital gain as well. Capital gain, sorry. That if you forfeit any amount, okay, if you forfeit any amount in claims of which was advance given to you for your, okay, wait a minute. Can you please repeat once again, sir? Okay, wait a minute. Vaishnav, I'll repeat it. Pay attention, everyone. See, here is Ram and here is Sham. Say case 1, Ram is a builder. So when Ram is a builder, the house property which he is selling will be his stock in trade. Everyone clear with this? Again, I'm saying I'm getting very slow here. Ram is a builder. So stock in trade क्या रहेगा उसका? What things he is selling? Flats. And when he sell any flat for less than stamp duty value, even though whatever would be sales price, we will take stamp duty value as the final consideration here. Everyone clear? And Ram will have to pay tax under section 43CA. Similarly, another case, say Ram was a, what we say, see Ram was a CA, a professional, okay, and he is transferring any property. Again, he is transferring any property. He is chartered accountant. He is transferring property. So in this case, the property is capital asset. You remember the definition of capital asset, right? So now if you are selling the property for less than stamp duty value, section 50C will be attract. Both the sections is same thing, only it's for different purposes, like different cases. One is for stock in trade, another is for capital assets. And both sections says the same thing, that whatever is difference between the stamp duty value and consideration, this will be taxable. Here in PGBP and here in capital gains. And the one who is receiver, if he is receiving in terms of capital asset, in that case, we will 56 to 10 will be applicable. That section of your income from other sources of gifts, because the difference between stamp duty value and sale consideration is more than 50,000. Everyone clear now? I suggest you go and do the hurry question once. We do not have sufficient time here, so I'm not taking. I couldn't take this right now. But you go and hurry question. The same situation is given there, and try to read it very nicely. It's very important. Okay, Vaishnavi? Perfect. Further, as I've said you now, if I'm owning a house property and I have taken some advance from someone, If the advance from someone is forfeited, if you haven't came back to purchase my property, so I have forfeited the amount. मैंने वो amount रख लिया मेरे पास. I won't give him refund back. So if it is before 1/4/2014, in that case, it will be reduced from your cost of acquisition. And remember, before indexation, ये bracket you have to remember it, okay? Because in exam, most of the time what happens, we sometimes remember the provision, but ये जो small thing होती है ना, before or after, this is a problem with us. Why? Because we have a habit that we never do actual practice in our books. What we do is, हम book में check करते हैं सर ने कैसे कराया था, right? So in examinations, at small places you stuck. So you remember the first thing you do the practice, and second thing is that you remember the provision in the same way. So what you do, if you receive any advance which is forfeited before 1/4/2014, such advance will be reduced from cost of acquisition before indexation. And if it is received after 1/4/14, in that case, it will be added in your income from other source in the respective year. Everyone clear with this? This we have seen, I have said you at the time of income from house property itself. Further, any interest on compensation is received or enhanced compensation or any compensation, 50% will be direct flat reduced and the rest of 50% will be taxable to you. Thereafter, taxation of your dividend. Here we have learned that there were actually deemed dividend sections where there section 222A, B, C, D, E. 222A, see, dividend is normal. When sometime what companies does, whatever. It's absolutely fine, guys. Whatever you have any query, please ask me. This all sessions are meant for you. So if you're asking, if you're having doubt, if you want anything to be repeated, please let me know. Okay. Now, what happens sometimes companies instead of giving dividend, because dividend पे they have to pay dividend distribution tax, वो क्या कर सकती है? Let's एक काम करते हैं. What are all shareholder wants? Are all shareholder want TV? Let's give them all TV. A kind of dividend. So that government got to know this. So government said that if someone gives asset in place of dividend, that is also deemed dividend. Someone gives debenture on the dividend, that is also deemed dividend. Okay. So all this deemed dividend will be also considered here, and they will be also considered for the taxation here as well. So 222A is for distribution of assets. B is distribution of debentures. Debenture ka B is 222B. Remember the same way. Now, when company is getting closed down, C is closed down at the time of liquidation. Now they do not have sufficient money into their account. So now what they are doing, they are distributing the assets to the people. Someone take the fridge, someone take the table, someone take the fan, someone take the TV, someone take the AC and so on. Okay. So at the time of liquidation also, if they are distributing such assets to the people, even that is a deemed dividend under section 222C. C say you remember closed down. 222D is reduction of share capital. So what is your capital right now? 1 lakh, they will give back 50,000 to you. So even that is a deemed dividend. And the last, any loans or advances. And last and the most important, 222E, loans and advances by closely held company to the shareholder or specified person. So when a closely held company who gives this loans and advances to any specified person, even that will be treated as deemed dividend in the hands of such specified person, and it will be taxable under section 115O. Okay. That's it. And the last part of this chapter talks about reductions which are allowed. Now, this part of the chapter is nothing but the copy paste of PGBP. Because see, what we have said that if something is not your business, but still if you are practicing it, it will come under income from other sources, like renting from plant and machinery, subletting of house property, right? This will come under income from other sources. So whatever income is there from subletting of house property means I have taken house property from someone else and I have given it on rent someone else, as I've explained you earlier, right? So whatever income you are getting from such subletting of house property, write them and then subtract whatever expenditure you are doing here for that purpose. So what you could subtract is, you can subtract all the expenditure other than any personal expenditure. Okay, remember that. So whatever expenditure are attributable to the same business, you can subtract it. Thereafter, disallowance of any expenditure to which you have given access to your family member, just like 42 48 to for relative. I said you वैसे यहाँ पे भी if you paid anyone to your relative excess, you don't take that as an deduction. Similarly, if you pay more than 10,000 in a cash, please remember again, more than 10,000 in a cash to a single person in a single day. So I can give lakhs of person 9,000 in a single day, but not more than 10,000 to a single person in a single day. If you give it, even that would be allowed here as a deduction. And our TDS provision here is also applicable. If I pay to anyone and I don't do TDS within the year and from 6 months and return filing due date के पहले I don't pay to government. Both the things are important. First, you should do TDS within the previous year. Also, you should pay to the government before return filing due date, just like we have seen in PGBP. If you don't do here as well, 30% deduction will be given to you. And in future, whenever you will pay them, you will get the 30% back. And remember this one star point. This is one of the MCQ tested point, guys. No deduction shall be allowed in expenditure for any expenditure, even if it is very much appropriate. You have a receipt, you have a bill, you have bank entry, everything. Still, this deduction will be not allowed as an expenditure in case of income by way of earning by lotteries, crossword, puzzle, races, horse races, card games, and any other games in sort of gambling, betting, or any other form as so much be allowed. So all this income which are taxed at 30% flat, lottery, betting, gambling, and all the mobile application now, mobile games and everything is there. Dream 11, Circle 11, and so on. If you win any income from this is going to be flat taxed at 30% and you won't be allowed any rate or any expenditure ka deduction. Let's take an example. I'll just give an example and we'll finish this topic here. Say tomorrow or say 5 days later, I got a call from Shri Amitabh Bachchan ji and he asked me to come in Kaun Banega Crorepati. Okay. So he said, sir, please come at our place. You have been selected at our hot seat and you have to be there with me for the complete program of Kaun Banega. We'll do a question answer session with you. I said, great. This time it was 7 crore prize, right, everyone? So I'm going for a 7 crore prize here. And say 5 days later, I took a flight ticket right from Udupi, from Bangalore itself. I took a flight ticket with very excitement. I'm going to go for Amitabh Bachchan meeting Amitabh Bachchan ji. Flight ticket from here to and fro, it costed me around 15,000 to 20,000 rupees. I stayed there in Sara Star Hotel because I thought now I'm going to be in Crorepati soon. So there the bill was around 15,000 rupees, 5-10,000 rupees, cabs, lunch, food, everything I spent it. So totally I spent around 50,000 rupees. And once I've sat in the hot seat, I've given amazing answers and I have won 1 crore rupees. Now, income tax people will say, please give 30% flat tax on this first. Surcharge says a different amount. वो हम बाद में देखेंगे. पहले तो 30% flat tax you pay upon it. I said, okay, no problem. I know taxes there. I'm chartered accountant. I will definitely pay it. But please give me deduction of this 50,000 from this because this all expenditure were done so that I can earn this 1 crore. So income tax people will come and they will show you this section. For any such winnings from lottery, betting, gambling, or any quiz program or whatever it may be. आप सर 50,000 क्या 50 lakhs भी expenditure करते थे ना, still you won't get any deduction for this such sort of income. You have to pay directly the tax upon the same. Everyone clear? So that's all about your income from other sources chapter. Okay, come on now, everyone say me either you are clear, and if you have any doubt, please let me know doubt. If nothing is there, then we'll move to our next chapter, that is set off and carry forward and your clubbing of income, which is another beautiful chapter. I already got one query. Let me see that. No, the time limit of 10, sir, is the time limit of 10,000. What's the time limit? 10,000 is the cash payment, na? So PGBP के लिए उनका अलग section है 40A3. Okay, transporter के लिए you have deduction of 35,000 limit. And here for iOS there is other section. 10,000 or more if you give them in cash, not allowed. Can we freely transact capital asset cash? Can we freely transact capital asset cash? I didn't understood this. What exactly you mean to say, Vaishnavi? Please explain further with her. If anyone else also have any queries in income from other sources, come on, quickly ask me, guys. If you have no queries, please say me clear, guys. Come on, stay interactive. Huh? It should not feel any time boring for you. Neither for me. More importantly for me. Okay? Say me if you are clear or if you have any doubt, then let me know your doubt. Come on, quickly. No. For capital asset also, you can't give about 10,000. We have learned in fixed asset as well. See, if you're purchasing any fixed asset, even there you cannot give about 10,000. And if you give about 10,000 in cash, in that case, we will not consider the cost of this. Like for example, say if you're purchasing, I just give an example that you're purchasing a house for say how many lakhs you said? Say 10 lakhs, right? So say in 10 lakhs, I have given 8 lakhs in cash. So fixed asset also there we have seen that this 8 lakhs has to not considered in your cash, in your fixed asset value. So we will capitalize this only on 2 lakhs which you paid from bank. 8 lakhs को हम consider करेंगे ही नहीं. So depreciation also will get only on this 2 lakhs. No, no, it's not like that. Even in capital asset time, you have to purchase that above 10,000. It should not paid in cash. There is provision, specific provision given, or else you will not be allowed to capitalize it at that value which you are giving in cash. Yashwat say clear. What about other guys? Everyone, come on, quickly say me. Okay, let's go further to the next chapter now. Just give me a second. Okay. So here is the clubbing of income. Okay. So there are around 11 such provisions where clubbing of income applies. Now, what exactly is clubbing of income? Clubbing of income is very simple that when someone else's income gets added to my income, that's a clubbing. As simple as the word says that clubbing, like when we add something together. Similarly, the clubbing of income provisions are there. So what is the first condition here? The first condition is given for your minor child. Now, who is a minor child? A child whose age is how much, guys? Come on, can you remember? A child whose age is less than 18. Such child are minor child. So whatever income this child is earning will be, even though calculated totally, will be added to the parent's income. Now, parent's income, so you'll ask, sir, whose income? It will be mother or father. Whosever income, total income before adding this income is higher. So for example, if the income in the hands of child is say 6 lakh rupees, so now this 6 lakh rupees will be added to the, or clubbed, you will say the word, in the hands of mother or father, whosever total income is higher. But please remember, in three cases, this child income clubbing will not happen. Which are these three cases? The first case, when the child himself does the manual work. Okay, when child is earning, when he is doing any manual work with all its efforts. Very good, Vaishnav. Yes, correct. So with all his efforts, if some child has done a manual work, in this case, his clubbing of income will not happen. Second case, when the child has earned the income due to his skill and talent. What are the skill and talent? For example, he gone to singing show. India's Got Talent. He has gone to that, and he has earned a award of 1 crore, 50 lakh, 10 lakh, 5 lakh, whatever may be amount. Or he has done been singing concert. He has been acting in some television agency. So this is due to his skill and talent. So such skill and talent income will not get clubbed. And third and the very last one, the children, or the, we'll say what the word here, the minor child who is suffering from disability. So these are the three childs whose income will be not clubbed. Other than these three, everyone's income is going to be clubbed in the hands of parents. I'm saying, always say it's parent. Don't say mother or father. Okay, parents, because then you will say, sir, which parent? This question will be there into your mind. So always remember that either mother or father, whosever total income is higher. Even income tax people are very smart. Okay. So once again, please come on, quickly say me the three exemptions to this rule. The one, come on, repeat with me. I know you can say that. Okay. Please let your family also feel that you are really studying and you're not watching any YouTube video of time pass. First is, yes, repeat with me. First, when he does a manual work. Yes, I'm listening. Second is your skill and talent. Repeat. Third is when he has a disability. So in these three cases, there will be no clubbing of income. Other than that, the clubbing of income will be always there in the hands of the parents whose total income is higher. Okay. Thereafter, where there is a marriage of parents does not subsist. Huh? If the marriage of parents does not subsist, is if the parents are not living together anymore, they have been divorced. So in this case, it will be clubbed in the hands of with whomever he is living, or the local guardian, whoever he may be. Okay. Thereafter, it may be noted that the clubbing provision are attracted in respect of income of minor married daughter. Huh? Even if there is a minor married daughter, the clubbing provisions will be applicable. The income of this minor married daughter will be also clubbed in the hands of parents whose total income is higher. Okay. Thereafter, the next question. And yes, don't forget that you will get a deduction of 1500 rupees from such child's income. So जितने भी child की income है, अगर ये तीन केस में है, तो no problem. It will be not clubbed. And in any case, if it is getting clubbed in the hands of parents, you'll get 1500, only 1500 rupees for the throughout year. Flat 1500 rupees for the throughout year per child will be the deduction. Thereafter, the next is the asset transfer to spouse. So now here, when the asset is transferred to your spouse, husband transferring the asset to wife or wife transferring the asset to husband, in this case, if it is done for without consideration or inadequate consideration, even the owner may be the new, but the income from such asset, we are not talking about the value of the asset. We are talking about the income which is generated by such asset will be taxable in the hands of the transferor. सिमिलरली एसेट ट्रांसफर टू सन्स वाइफ, अगर आपने आपके वाइफ को नहीं, आपने आपके सन्स के वाइफ को ट्रांसफर की अगेन फॉर इनएडिक्वेट कंसिडरेशन और विदाउट कंसिडरेशन, इट विल बी अगेन क्लब्ड. Asset transfer from the personal benefit for any person's benefit of spouse or son's wife. हमने asset किसी और को ट्रांसफर की है and we said them whatever income is coming, please give it to our son's wife or my wife. In this case, again the clubbing provision will happen. Even though asset is on third party's name, even though income is received by your wife or her son's wife, the clubbing of income provision will be applicable and the amount will be clubbed into your own hands, the transferor's hands. Okay. Further, income of spouse from a concern where SSC has substantial interest. So wherever you have substantial interest, which means whether you are having more than 20% of profit sharing or more than 20% of shareholding, and if such company or partnership firm pays any income to your wife, so we know that there may be some problem here. So clubbing income will be applicable. But if your wife possesses some technical or professional knowledge which she gives to the company, in that case, this clubbing of provision will be not happening. For example, say if someone's wife is not studied at all or she is BCom and she is being giving salary from a software company for developing a software. So obviously she can't help the same. For this salary, even though received in the wife's hand, will be clubbed in the hands of the husband. Income transfer without transfer of assets. So here I haven't transferred the asset because clubbing provision will be applicable. I have transferred only the rent which is receiving this asset. Again, the clubbing provision will be applicable. Next is revocable transfer. When you transfer an asset on someone else's name and you say that it can be revoked after some XYZ years, such transfer will be not considered as transfer and the income from such asset will be taxed in the hands of transferor. But if it is revocable on the death of such person, in that case, no clubbing provision would be applicable. Thereafter, asset transfer to HUF, again the clubbing provision will be applicable, but in case of partition, no clubbing provision will be applicable. The last part of this chapter, which talks about cross transfer. Now, what is cross transfer? That when Mr. X transfers say 12 lakh 10, Mr. C, you can see in this example. See, Mr. X transferred some amount in Mrs. Y's name. Okay. Mr. Y transfer some amount in Mrs. X name. So whatever will be the common amount. यहाँ पे हमने X ने transfer किया 12 lakhs, Y transferred 8 lakhs. So whatever is the common amount, उसके ऊपर का जो भी interest income. Now see, amount is not going to be taxed. We are not looking for the income from other source right now. We are looking for clubbing of income. Clubbing of income. The word itself says we are looking for only income on the investment. So see, Mrs. X के वाइफ ने भी इसको FD डिपॉजिट कर दिया, Y के वाइफ ने भी डिपॉजिट कर दिया. So at say how much rate? At 9% interest rate. Okay, so X wife earned 48,000, Y wife earned some amount is not there here. 12 lakhs के ऊपर 9% for the remaining months. So now please remember whatever is the common amount. अब common amount कितनी है? इन्होंने 8 लाख दिए, इन्होंने 12 लाख दिए. So which is the common amount, guys? 8 lakhs. So 8 lakhs के ऊपर जितना भी interest आया, even though received in Mrs. X Y's hand, it will be covered in, will be clubbed in the hands of Mr. X, and इसके लिए भी Mrs. X के हाथ में भी जितना आया, it will be covered under Mrs. Y. Have you understood this? I know it is a bit complex. I haven't given you a very nice explanation here, but if you haven't understood, say me. I will give another explanation for you. Come on, say me, guys. Keep interacting. Shall I give one more example for this? Come on, give me. Say me if you want another example or not. Clear? Why you are not interactive today, guys? Yesterday you guys were giving so nice answers. क्या हो रहा है आज? थक गए हो क्या आप लोग? You had some classes in the morning as well? Okay, just a minute. I will give another example to you. अभी मेरे हिलाने के बाद सब जाग रहे हो नींद में से. Just a second. Okay, pay attention. See, it is Mr. A, Mr. B. Okay. Say Mr. A ने Mrs. B को 10 लाख रुपीस दिए. Okay. And Mr. B gives Mrs. A 12 lakh rupees. Both done the fixed deposit for 10% interest for the year. So Mrs. B got how much? 1 lakh as interest, and Mrs. A got 1.2 lakh as interest. So this is a case of cross transfer. As we know, they cannot do the transfer to their own wife. Why? Because clubbing of income will be there. Income on the assets transfer without consideration. So what happens? The law says that whatever is common amount. Now Mr. A is transferring 10 lakh, Mr. B is transferring 2 lakh. Common amount means the lower amount, you can say. What is the lower amount, guys? 10 lakhs. So 10 lakhs के ऊपर interest कितना आया? 1 lakh. This 1 lakh, even though this is in the hands of Mr. B, will be taxable in the Mr. B. And this 1.2 lakh, may say 1 lakh will be taxable in the hands of Mr. A, and 0.2 lakh will be taxable in the hands of Mrs. B. This is the clubbing provision. Yes, clear, Pratiksha, Ashwat? Pratiksha, I have seen your message today. You were not there in last 2 days class. See, what about the gift amount received? Yeah, the gift amount we will see in section 56 to 10 as per iOS. So now if we are moving towards gift amount, so in that case, what will happen? See, husband's friend is obviously not a relative. If it would be case of marriage, then it would be exempt. And अगर marriage नहीं रहेगा तो gift भी taxable हो जाएगा. Okay? Or else what they can do, see, not friends. If A and B are brothers, then gift amount will be exempt. Husband's brother, spouse's brother, gift amount would be exempt. And what will be taxable? Only the income from the same. Clear? Alvin, good question. Yeah, one more situation is here. When your spouse invests into your business, okay, Pratiksha, that's good. So please be active in the chat, so I'll remember your name, okay? So if your spouse is investing into your business, And so please see a very interesting question that that amount capital gifted by spouse should be formed in the opening capital. मतलब क्या, एक तो उसने 1 अप्रैल को कुछ गिफ्ट देना चाहिए या 1 अप्रैल को नहीं दिया. So whenever he will give a gift, the opening capital would be the next 1 April. It will be there in opening capital in the next 1 April. So in this case, whatever profit is earned during the financial year, proportionate capital will be taxed in the proportionate income will be taxed in the hands of the spouse, and the balance income will be taxed in the hands of the balance. What we say, the remaining one in the hands of the wife itself, for example. So one example is there into your study material as well. I will suggest you go through it, guys. So I'm giving you one example here. Pay attention. So from 1st of April 2020 to 31st of March 2021. Okay, in between, on the 5th of August, the husband gifted 10 lakhs ka capital. So now say me, is the 10 lakhs capital being part of the opening capital for the financial year 2021? No. So no clubbing of income would be there. Next year, is this 10 lakhs will be there in the opening capital? Yes. So अगर से हमारा total capital हो गया 20 lakhs and we did a profit of say 5 lakhs. So from 5 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs proportionate will go under husband's income as clubbing, and rest 2.5 lakhs will be taxed in the hands of 5. Everyone clear? Okay. Yes. Also, please remember, clubbing of income will be not applicable on second generation income. Now you'll say, sir, what is second generation income? So pay attention. So again, I am here. And who is here, guys? Say me, who is here? Okay. My wife is here. Say, I have given her 10 lakh rupees. मैं ज्यादा हो गया अमाउंट थोड़ा कम कर देते यार. I have given her 1 lakh rupees. She made the fixed deposit from the same. I don't feel she will do it, but I'm saying it. She made the fixed deposit from the same. At 10% interest, she got it. How much? 10,000. Okay. Now, this 10,000, even though received in my wife's bank account, it will be clubbed in my account, in my hands for income tax purpose. Everyone clear? This you know. Income on the asset transfer without any consideration. Zero consideration. Okay. Now, this was the first year. Second year, उसने क्या किया? 1 lakh plus 10,000. Total how much? 1.1 lakh. She deposited this in fixed deposit. Again, she got 10% interest. This time she got 11,000. So please remember, जो interest के ऊपर interest है ना, that is known as second generation income. So only you will do two parts of this. 10,000 जो मैंने initially gift किया था उसे 1 lakh उसके ऊपर का interest, this will be clubbed, and 1,000 will not be clubbed. Everyone clear? अगले साल वापस किया टोटल मिलाकर, again only 10,000 will be clubbed and the balance will not be clubbed. Everyone clear? That's it. Here we finish our clubbing of income chapter as well. Yes, any queries or shall we move to the next chapter, guys? Come on, Semi. Let's move to the next chapter or any queries. Come on, guys. Today you are giving me a feeling of very low. एक तो आप थके हुए हो, नहीं तो मुझे थका दोगे आप ऐसे करके. Question for which part? Cross transfer applicable to minors too. Cross transfer will be applicable to minor listeners के बच्चों. Yes, I feel that will be applicable to everyone. There is no restriction कि brother wife इनको ही होना चाहिए. Let me read once again. If there are two transactions, see, if there are two transactions and they are interconnected as a part of same transaction, it shall be considered to be device of evasion of tax for clubbing of provision. So see, they have not said कि सिर्फ wife होना चाहिए, brother's wife होना चाहिए या क्या होना चाहिए. Any two transaction which are interconnected, which means they can see that if they are interconnected of one transaction and see that they are only for the evasion of tax, so they will do the clubbing of income. Clear कि नहीं? Clubbing का question लूँ यार, clubbing का question is quite difficult to take it. Like it's very simple. It would be. Let's do it. I don't find any clubbing question is very very difficult. Vaishnavi, just go through it. If you have any difficulty, please let me know. Okay. Chalo. Let's go to the next chapter. Yes, set off and carry forward of losses. Now, here, as we know, there are only 4 plus 4, 4 plus 2, 6. 6 rules are there. 6 may be 4 common here. So I'm saying only 6 rules are there. The chapter is wholly based on the 6 rules. Okay. But please remember that this chapter has endless application and there are so many questions of the study material itself. And I will say you go majority with them because all of them will give you some different understanding. So iska study material to karna must hai because it is a star and a very scoring part. Okay. Now, section 70, which talks about intra-head adjustment. Pehle we'll talk about intra-head. Intra-head means see, when your intra-school, intra-college matches happen means what? One class to another class. And inter-college matlab between two colleges. So let's talk about intra-head adjustment. Every loss or gain will be first eligible for the intra-head adjustment. So any loss can be set off to any profit other than this four. So which are these four? Speculative loss cannot be set off against speculative business. Speculative loss can be set off against only speculative business income. Please be very clear with this. Vaishnav, just give me 5 minutes. I will take your doubt again. आप मुझे बाद में copy paste कर देना लगे तो. Speculative business loss can be set off against only speculative business income. Very important. So that's why I said you पहले ही speculative business loss को अलग रखना, आपके specified को अलग रखना और आपकी normal को अलग रखना. Speculative में कोई loss है, it can be set off to only speculative income. Normal में loss है, it can be set off to speculative income. But speculative का loss can be. So whatever words are there, be very strictly stick to it. Other than that, whatever you want, you can do it. Specified business loss can be against only specified business income. So normal business loss can go to specified business income. Yes. Only specified business loss or speculative business loss can go to respective income for set off. Long-term capital gain can be set off only with long-term capital gain. And loss from owning and maintenance of horses can be only set off from income from owning and maintenance of horses. So this 4 are the restriction. इसके अलावा आपको जो कुछ करना है आप सब कुछ कर लो. In intra-head, एक ही head के अंदर की बात कर रहे हैं हम अभी. Now, if we are talking about inter-head adjustment from one head to another head, house property to business, business to house property, salary to house property, and so on. So again, there are 6 restrictions. Other than this, you can do whatever you want. First, same speculative to speculative, specified to specified, long-term to long-term, owning and maintenance of horses to owning and maintenance of horses, same. उसके आगे short term can go to long term as well as short term. See, long term loss can be set off to only long term, but short term can be set off to both. And business loss cannot be set off against salary. These are the restrictions for the inter-head transaction. And one more important thing is there, which many times we misses here, is that once any loss has been carried forwarded, it cannot participate in inter-college matches, inter-head adjustments. So any carry forward loss is eligible only for intra-head adjustment, because that's why you will see this change in many questions that I've solved here. So again, I'm saying you six provisions. Which are them? Which are restrictions? Speculative to speculative, speculative loss to speculative income, specified loss to specified income, long-term loss to long-term income, owning and maintenance of loss, owning and maintenance of income, short-term loss to both long-term and short-term, and the last business loss cannot against salary. And remember, if any carry forward loss is there of last कोई भी year का रहो, वो इंटर हेड एडजस्टमेंट में नहीं जाएगा, इंट्रा में जा सकता है, yes. Thereafter, income from transfer of virtual digital asset, no reduction, no set off, no carry forward of these losses. Okay. Further, so this is the basically a complete, you can say, summary. And also remember, salary loss from house property can be set off to any of the thing. It can be from intra-head, inter-head, but inter-head करोगे तो not more than 2 lakh rupees during a year. और 2 लाख से ज्यादा है तो carry forward it. 2 लाख से ज्यादा है carry forward it. Not more than 2 lakh rupees during a year. Everyone clear? Please go through it. See, यहाँ पे आपको पूरी sequence दिख जाएगी. And ask me if you have any queries in the meantime of this chapter first. Is the best summary given to you guys here. Everyone done? Now, how much time you can carry forward this? See, pay attention here. House from loss property can be carried forward for 8 years. Normal business loss, 8 years. Speculative business is speculative, specified. Speculative 4 years. Specified तो business promote करना है, so unlimited. Short term 8, long term 8, owning and maintenance of houses 4 years. Unabsorbed depreciation of any particular last years, unlimited. So please remember, every loss can be carried forward to 8 years, but speculative and owning and maintenance of horses 4 years, and your specified and your what we say, the unabsorbed depreciation can be for unlimited years. And please remember, bought forward losses, carry forward losses cannot set off, cannot get into inter head adjustment. They can be only intra head. So see, intra में ही है, intra में ही है. ओके, ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता सैलरी को, बिजनेस में ही है, स्पेक्युलेटिव में ही है, इंट्रा हेड में ही. सो एवरी लॉसेस शुड बी इन इंट्रा हेड ओनली. जस्ट टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ दिस एज वेल इफ यू वांट. So this is the short and sweet chapter, guys, here. Okay. Yes, any queries, guys? See further what things are given. Whenever income is exempt, then losses do not have any tax treatment. Income exempt है तो losses को भूल जाओ. लेकिन only in case of non-resident, if you remember at the time of capital gain, I've said you they have given this provision that losses can be set off. Any loss from lottery, betting, gambling, races are not eligible for set off and carry forward. Brought forward losses of business can set off only if business, even if business is not continued. So मेरा कोई business था, अब मैंने business बंद कर दिया, उसका loss पड़ा हुआ है, no problem. It can participate in intra-head adjustment. Order of set off: first current year depreciation, then brought forward losses, and then unabsorbed depreciation, because unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for unlimited years. If there is income under any eligible head under and losses under other eligible heads, such loss can be first set off against the income before setting off to the losses. So पहले अपना अपना loss set off कर लो, फिर आगे आओ. Set off is not permissible to any unexplained investment, जो हमने पढ़ा था ना, unexplained investment, unexplained income, unexplained money, unexplained credit and so on, all this 60 section जिसको हमने 78% पे टैक्स लगाया था. And stock and commodity market set off, ये सब नहीं चलेगा. Stock and commodity market का C, PGBP if share is held as stock in trade, capital gain if share is held as capital asset. In derivative delivery is not affected, intraday trading always speculative. Okay, अगर आप शेयर्स की डिलीवरी नहीं ले रहे हो, सुबह परचेस करके शाम में बेच रहे हो, इट इज गोइंग टू बी ऑलवेज डेरिवेटिव, ऑलवेज speculative. Why? Because see, we learned this one thing, that whenever there is no actual delivery happen in PGBP, we tell it as speculative, other than five which were forward hedging, if you remember, forward of forward of your inventories, hedging and so on. Okay, that's it for this topic as well. Okay, guys. So if you have any queries, please post it here itself. I will take your queries. Let's take a break of 10 to 12 minutes and let's be back. And then we'll continue with your TDS and deductions chapter and the smallest, the return filing chapter. जिसका थोड़ा बहुत मैं आपको ले लूँगा. Okay. And then with this, our this session of income tax will be finished. Okay. So if you have any queries, please let me know. Post it here. We'll be back in the break. The lecture will be on. We'll be back from the break in 15 minutes. And we'll start by 5:15, everyone. Okay. So see you back after the break. Let me know if you have any queries, just post it here. And after coming, Vaishnavi, I'll take your query as well. Okay. See ya. Like, see you in 15 minutes, not see ya. Okay. So yes, guys, welcome back. Let's see some of the queries which I have got. First question has asked me, if both spouses hold substantial interest in a company, both spouses, okay, means husband and wife both, and are employees in the same company, what is the effect, sir? See, both of them or both of including together as well, if they hold substantial interest in a company, in that case, the both are working. So we do not need for any clubbing of income, right? So there is no problem at all then in that case. Further, Vaishnavi is asking you, suppose wife has substantial interest of 24% and the husband has 26% of his salary. See, if both have interest in the company, so, and if both are getting a salary and they're competent enough, so no problem. The income will be not clubbed there. Okay. See, clubbing provision will be only not applicable if both have interest into the company. So both are very much enough to get the what we say to get the salary of the working of their company. So there will be no clubbing provision. But yes, if one of them is not working and not having any such professional degree, so जिसके हाथ में नहीं है डिग्री वो उसका क्लबिंग हो जाएगा दूसरे में. For example, say if husband is no not having such qualification of whatever work is happening in the company, in that case, what with irrespective of whatever income they have or other, he is not eligible now. His income will be clubbed in the hands of wife. That's the thing. Other income doesn't matter here. It's not the child's clubbing of income. Understood, Vaishnavi? Okay. Now let's go to the next chapter. Chapter number 11, that is about deductions from gross total income. Okay. Here I will be quickly moving to different chapters which are there here. Okay. So, sorry, quickly deductions which are there here. The first deduction is under section 80C, 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 CD, 80C, E, if you remember. Okay. So, first in under section 80C, there are many deductions. So, this is like a mall which have many deductions. Sometimes each have their own limits. Okay. But total from this 80C mall, you can take only 1.5 lakh outside as a deduction of total. So you can do whatever deduction, whichever you want to the individual limit, but total after adding that, you can take only 1.5 lakh outside of this. First is life insurance premium. So whenever life insurance premium is paid for the only available for self, spouse, children, then you will get a deduction. Further, if the policy has been taken after before 1/4/14, the deduction would be premium paid or 20% of sum assured, whichever is lower. If it is after 1/4/14, the premium paid ka 10% or premium value, whichever is lower again. This will be deduction. So if policy is before 1/4/14, so 20%, after, so 10%. और हैंडीकैप इट इज यहाँ पे बीच में से चालू होगा उनका हैंडीकैप का अलग से प्रोविजन लाया इन 1/4/13 ईयर राइट that for them it will be 15% of the policy value or premium paid whichever is less. This is deduction in case of life insurance policy. Further, ADC deduction also includes PPF amount, employees statutory provident fund and recognized provident fund. If you remember, we have learned in the salary chapter when employee themselves give it, they get a deduction amount in NSC. Okay, thereafter, repayment of loan from banks and purchase of construction house. अगर आप कोई भी लोन का रीपेमेंट कर रहे हो, so principal repayment is here, interest repayment is there, 24B का डिडक्शन मिलता है, इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी, प्रिंसिपल रीपेमेंट का डिडक्शन आपको यहाँ पर मिलता है. फिक्स डिपॉजिट इन शेड्यूल बैंक पोस्ट ऑफिस फॉर 5 years. Tuition fees paid for education of children. Tuition fees, now please don't remember this tuition fees means not the extra class fees you are paying. Tuition fees like school fees which you are paying them. Okay, notified board of NABARD, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, ULIC policy, UTI funds, UTI mutual funds, Sukanya Samruddhi scheme, stamp duty for registration of income from house or house property. So even if you are paying any stamp duty for the purchase of the house property, even that can be taken as a deduction under section 80C. Thereafter, by any employee of central government contribution to specified pension scheme. Now please pay attention. The 80CCC. 80CCC is contribution to pension fund of LIC. Now pay attention. 80C अलग हो गया है. 80C का खुद का लिमिट है 1.5 लाख रुपीस. ये इतने सारे चीजों को मिलाकर है, इंक्लूडिंग एनी एम्प्लॉय ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटिंग एज अ फंड फॉर 80CCD. वो भी 80C में भी आएगा, उसका अलग से खुद का भी है. Please remember this because this is very much many students are confused because of this. Okay. Further, now pension fund. Let me go here further. Yeah. ATCCC is separate contribution to pension fund of LIC or any other insurance company. So not the government one. LIC or other insurance company, it's separate. ATCCC, which takes 1.5 lakhs. Further, ATCCD is when you contribute to the Atal Pension Yojana or New Pension Yojana by central government. Okay, in case of salaried employed, it is 10% of salary, and other individual, it is 50% of GTI and the maximum limit. This is the limit for ATCCD. Now, further, what they say that in section 80C plus 80CCD plus 80CCC, I will say here CCC and here CCD, तीनों का मिला के मैक्सिमम 1.5 लाख रहेगा. सी इसका खुद का भी 1.5 लाख था. ओके, इसका खुद का भी 1.5 लाख था, एंड इसका 10% और 20% ऑफ जीटीआई इन केस ऑफ सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड. और बट व्हेन वी इंक्लूड ऑल दिस थ्री, they have 1.5 lakh. So even though 2 to 2 lakhs होगा सबका, but when you include all these three, you will get only 1.5 lakh maximum deduction. This is given in section 80CCE, the limit of this. Further, इसके अलावा there is separate 80CCD2, which is available if you deposit into national pension scheme. Okay, up to 50,000 you'll get a deduction. 80CCD1B, I will say, I'm so sorry, 1B. Okay, इसके अलावा 80, so here you will get maximum 50,000. 80CCD2, which I said, this is for employer, only for employer. So here you can claim 1.5 lakh an individual, and here you can claim another 50,000 if you deposit in any of the central government schemes. Now 2 is for employer's contribution to NPS. If he is doing here, he will also get a deduction of 10% of salary or contribution, whichever is lower ka. So these are the total, in short, total summary of your ADCCD, CCC, CCDE, and CCD1B, which is very much confusing for students. So you just write down this into your books or just take a screenshot of the same. Everyone clear? Okay. Have you taken this? Any queries so far, guys? Okay, let's go further. So this is the summary given here. आप इसका भी स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हो. ADC, CCC, CCD1, इन सबका मिला के दिया हुआ 1.5 lakh in CCE. Separate 15,000 of this and separate this you can get if you are employed as an employer, you are contributing for the same. Okay, let's go further. Please remember, LIC would be always, they confuse it sometime. LIC would be always and always for self, spouse, and child. That's it. Okay. Now 80D, D for doctor, you can say. This is allowed for self, spouse, and child. एक अलग लिमिट दी हुई है, and mother, father के लिए अलग लिमिट दी हुई है. ठीक है. So please remember. Now here further, if you self or your spouse, anyone are above 50, sorry, not above 50, above 60, in that case. In that case, the 25,000 limit will be increased to 50,000. In case of your parents, if they are above 60, 25,000 limit will be increased to 50,000. Okay. Now this is for what? Medical insurance. Either you can take it, or medical expenditure you can do it for only senior citizen. Okay, because many times they don't get a medical insurance because of their older age. So the limit is 25,000 plus 25,000 only. Separate. हाँ, मेरे spouse and बच्चों के लिए 25,000 and my mother father के लिए 25,000 अलग. Also remember, it will be increased to 50-50 if we or our parents are above 60 years of age. Okay. Also, in this, all of them should be paid in the way of check and or bank transaction only. But you can pay in cash for the only amount of 5,000, which you can do as a health checkup. Yes, that's a very simple thing here. And health checkup can be done for again you yourself, your spouse, or your parents as well. So total deduction, if me, my spouse, as well as my parents are above 50, 60, so will be 1 lakh. And if only my parents are above 50, then only 75,000. If none of us are above 50, then 25 plus 25, only 50. और इधर का उधर सेट ऑफ नहीं कर सकते हो, आपका स्पाउस का बच्चों का अलग है, पेरेंट्स का अलग है. Okay, then 80DD comes, that is your double doctor. So when you are taking care of any relative or any dependent relative of who is handicapped, so you get a direct deduction if there is normal disability 75,000, severe disability 1,25,000 direct without any you can say without any expenditure you need to do. आपको बस बताना है कि आपने थोड़ा भी खुद खर्चा किया दिखाया, you can get the flat deduction here. Now, how you will be deciding the disability? This you can take with the doctor's certificate. Now, who can be there in this? Any individual spouse, brother, sister, children, mother, father. Further, if they themselves are disabled, even they can take a disability deduction, which is under section 80DDB. Okay. So wait a minute. No, that's a special treatment. Just a second. 80U. If they themselves are disabled, so they can themselves take the deduction of 75,000, 1,25,000. But if they are taking, then you won't get, and if you are taking, they won't get. Any one of you will get. Next, if you are treating any specified disease, so specified disease, the list of specified diseases are there on income tax website. If you are treating any of this specified disease, so whatever amount you spend on treatment, okay, maximum deduction you will get 40,000 or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. Okay. Further, and after this, whatever is remaining, you subtract the insurance claim, and then if something is remaining, then and then only you get a deduction. So first you write the expenditure. From that you take a deduction of 40,000 or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. Okay. और इंश्योरेंस क्लेम जो भी मेरा पहले वो माइनस करो, और भी कुछ बचा है, then and then only will get a deduction. That is 80DDB. Next is now when is 40,000, when is 1 lakh? So 40,000 for normal citizen, 1 lakh is for senior citizen for treatment of specified disease. Once again, I'm saying whatever expenditure you have done, then 40,000 for normal citizen, 1 lakh for senior citizen, reduce it. And then if there is any further expenditure you did, reduce your, wait a minute, I'm so sorry. Just a minute. See, either your expenditure or 40,000 or 1 lakh, whichever is lower, you take that. Whatever amount comes, you reduce your insurance claim if you have received something, and the balance will be taxable. Will be amount of deduction. Everyone clear? 80DDB. So say if I spend 2 lakh rupees and I'm less than 60, obviously, so I will get how much? Or 40,000, which is lower. So how much is my capable amount? Capable amount is lower, which is 40,000. And say I got insurance claim of 20,000. So you minus this, and the balance amount will be taxable to, will be given as a deduction. Okay. Further, 82, 80 you done. 80E is for the interest on your education loan. Okay. Now see, how are the education loans? They are generally, you have to repay them once you start earning. Until you are doing education, they provide you the loan. So you have to repay them once you start the earnings. So here, please pay attention. Once you have started the earnings here, so you will get the deduction of whatever interest you are paying for up to 8 years from whenever you have started the repayment. Okay. Further, 80EE is for deduction in respect of housing loan. But housing loan should be there only from 116 to 17 years. मतलब 2016 2017 के अंदर वो लोन sanction होना चाहिए. Disburse कभी भी हो, sanction इसके बीच में होना चाहिए. And house price should be maximum 50 lakhs. Loan should be not above 35 lakhs. In this case, whatever interest would be there, you will get deduction here as well. Amount of deduction will be maximum 50,000 rupees only. But please remember, first you claim deduction under section 24B, but वहाँ पे क्योंकि 2 lakhs की limit है, if you have more interest, you take a deduction here as well. But as this was only for this many years, they have brought one more section, EEA, which was again for housing loan, again for the year 19 to 22 only. Okay. Now this time the housing property should be not above 45 lakh rupees of stamp duty value, and maximum deduction is 1.5 lakh rupees. Again, first to claim under 24B, and if you still want, you can claim here. Thereafter, the next section was 24E, 80EEB, interest of electric vehicle. Again, the loan should be passed from 19 to 23 only. आपको maximum deduction मिलेगा 1.5 lakh on interest on the loan which you taken to take the electric vehicle. So that we have to promote electric vehicle. Again, loan should be sanctioned between these dates. Okay. So here these are three sections: 80E, 80E, 80E is for education loan, EEEA, and 80EEB. Okay. And see, as I've said you, A is for education loan. This is for your housing loan from 16 to 17, housing loan from 19 to 22, and this is for electric vehicle from 19 to 23. Maximum deduction कितना मिलेगा आपको? Here there is no limit. In case of this, there was 50,000 का limit, 1.5 lakh, 1.5 lakh. This is the sanction date. Okay. Thereafter, what was another thing? House value. Here the house value should be a maximum 50 lakhs. Loan should be maximum 35 lakhs. Here the house value should be maximum 45 lakhs. यहाँ पे कोई value की limit है ही नहीं. That's a vehicle loan. Okay. So that's the deduction and that's the difference between all the three sections. Yes, any queries in the same, guys? Everyone clear? Come on, same ही. सब सो गए हो क्या? Good morning. Come on, same ही here. Are you clear or not, guys? Shall we move forward? Come on, same clear, guys. Then we'll move forward. Whether EE, 80EEA disallowed as pre-construction loans. Disallowed as pre-construction loan मतलब समझा नहीं मुझे. मतलब if you mean to say that if pre-construction loan will be allowed in this or not? Pre-construction interest you mean to say? What exactly you mean to say? Please clear it clearly. Interest on 80EE, 80 interest on 80EE and 80EA नहीं था. Interest का deduction मिलता है यहाँ पर. First you claim in 24B and if you are still there, because there you can take maximum 2 lakhs, then bring it here. Okay. You just let me know your query. I will take it that. Okay, don't worry. आप query type करो. I will go back to that. Please do this question from your study material, guys. It's very interesting, very important because it gives you all overall idea about all the types of loans here. Okay, now let's come to the next section, section 80G, which is quite interesting. Section 80G is about donations. Okay, the donations, two categories has been made. One, donation unlimited category, जहाँ पे आप जितना पैसा दोगे उतना आपको डिडक्शन मिलेगा. And one is limited category, which has certain ceiling limits. Okay, now when you are in unlimited category, in unlimited category also two categories are there. One is 100%, another is 50%. मतलब what? In 100%, whatever amount you will give, you will get deduction. In 50%, whatever amount you will give, you will get flat 50%. So 50% के चार ही है, तो हम वो याद करते याद से. जवाहरलाल नेहरू मेमोरियल फंड, इंदिरा गांधी मेमोरियल फंड, राजीव गांधी फाउंडेशन एंड पीएम ड्रॉट रिलीफ फंड. And these are the four funds which get 50% unlimited. So whatever, if I pay 10 crore, I will get 5 crore. If I get 50 crore, I will get 25 crore. If I pay 5 lakh, I will pay 2.5 lakh. If I pay 5 rupees, I will get 2.5 rupees. Simple. But 50% of whatever you pay. Other than this, all these funds get 100% unlimited. 50 crore per 50 crore, 10 crore per 10 crore, 20 crore per 20 crore, whatever amount you paid. Which are this? National Defense Fund, PM National Relief Fund, PM Armenia Fund, CM Relief Fund, Jila Saksharta, National Sports, National Children, National Cultural, Swachh Bharat Kosh, क्लीन गंगा, फंड ऑफ आर्मी, नेशनल फंड फॉर सन, सब चीज को 100% जितना आप पैसा दोगे उतना आपको डिडक्शन मिलेगा. Okay, so please remember this very nicely, very clearly. For this, Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi Fund, Rajiv Gandhi Fund, and say they were PM somewhere time, so PM Drought Relief Fund. So इनको 50% और इन सबको 100% unlimited, no limit on that. Oh, just a minute. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Is that? I haven't seen in this your amendment. Sir, except PM Relief Fund, rest are removed in amendment. These three funds have been removed here. Just let me see. You mean a minute. How come I missed the same? Okay, if you all are saying that, then definitely that would be there. Just wait for a minute. Yes, it's here. Yes, you're correct. Only on Prime Minister Dot Relief Fund there is 50% unlimited. Rest all of fund have been reduced, and the other all will be get 100% deductions. And in fact, it includes PM Cares Fund. So भी जो भी थे बच्चे कुछ बेचारे वो भी निकाल दिए गए उसमें से. Okay. Further, the next part is, let's go from here itself. The next part is the limited category. Limited category में there will be some ceiling limit. Okay, but the calculation of this limited category is very interesting. So now pay attention first. In this, 100% deduction will be given on the government of local authority, institution of promotion of family, okay, and government or local authority. If you give it. Further, 50% would be there. Now limited में भी एक सीलिंग तो हम निकालेंगे पहले because it is limited. उसके अंदर भी आप जितना भी पे करोगे उसका भी कुछ 50-100% होगा. Government or local authority to be used for charitable purpose, charity other than promotion and planning, notified temple, church, and gurudwara or mosque. So if you give for family planning, government, local authority, institution for promotion, family planning, तो 100%. इसके अलावा चर्च, ट्रस्ट, चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट, कोई भी चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट, गुरुद्वारा, किसी को तो भी टेम्पल, मॉस्क, किसी को भी दो, इन सबको जितना भी दोगा 50% मिलेगा. नाउ ये लिमिट किसका रहेगा? So this limit will be of adjusted total income. So what is the adjusted total income? Adjusted total income, also known as qualifying category. Okay. So please see, whatever is your gross total income will be reduced by all chapter 6 से deduction under other than chapter 80G. So हमारा GTI जो भी है will reduce all deductions. 80G का तो नहीं क्योंकि हम वो तो अभी कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. You will also reduce short term capital gains 111A and long term capital gains 112A and 112. Now whatever is this remaining, this will be known as adjusted total income. इसका आप करोगे 10%. Okay, this is the ceiling I was talking about. You can't go above this. Okay, now to solve this question, it's altogether a different task. If this question comes, it's quite interesting as well as quite confusing for you if you haven't done a question like this before. So see what you are going to do it. I will just give an example. I will just solve one question, and if you understood it, great. I may give one more question for you to solve. Pay attention. और एक काम करो, आप भी सॉल्व करके मुझे आंसर दो, ठीक है? See, for unlimited category, there is no tension. जितना भी पे किया उसका 100% और 50% in case of PM Dot Relief Fund. There is no tension at all. Tension is here. So in limited category, say my gross total income is say 12 lakhs. My all deductions are say 2 lakhs, and my long term capital gain under section 112 is say another 1 lakh, इसको 3 कर दो. ठीक है. Thereafter, I have given for promotion of family planning say around 70,000, and to charitable trust around 40,000, to temple around another 50,000. Please say me how much amount of deduction I will get under section 80G. Yes. Come on, say me everyone. I'll repeat a question for you. Gross total income 13 lakhs. Deductions are 2 lakhs. Long-term capital gain 112 is 1 lakhs. Promotion of family planning. Promotion of family planning is 70,000 what I paid. Charitable trust I paid 40. Temple I paid 50. Please say me my deduction under section 80G. Yes. Kini has given me answer. What about others, guys? On everyone, you got more 3 minutes to solve this. Please, everyone, try it and give me your answers. I don't feel that your answer is correct. What about others? Vinith? One answer, guys. 1.5 minute remaining. आप लोगों ने ऐसा सम किया नहीं क्या पहले? Okay, attention everyone. See what you will do. First, we'll calculate adjusted total income, which is what? Which is nothing but gross total income minus deduction minus LTCA, which is 13 lakhs minus 2 lakhs minus 1 lakh. So how much you adjusted total income? 10 lakhs. So what would be your ceiling, guys? Your ceiling will be 10% of this, which itself comes to 1 lakh. आपका 1.5 लाख का आंसर कैसे आया? 1 लाख के तो ऊपर आप जा ही नहीं सकते हो. Now, what you will do? Pay attention, everyone. Now, whatever amount you paid, see, maximum deduction you can take 1 lakh. तो पहले हम क्या करेंगे हमेशा? Whatever amount you have deduction with 100%, you take them first. That is what, guys. That's your promotion and family planning. So we paid how much? 70,000. So we will get all 70,000 here. Yes. Now how much is balance? The balance is only 30,000 here. And we paid here how much? 1,10,000. But you will get only 30,000 from this. इस पे भी आपको 50% ही मिलेगा. Why? Because they are in the 50% category. So you will get only 15,000 and total will be only 85,000. This would be the deduction you would be getting here under section 80GG for your limited category. How many of you are seeing this first time? Because it seems you are seeing this first time. Because कुछ नहीं तो मुझे एटलीस्ट इतना तो भी एक्सपेक्टेड था 1 लाख तो भी आंसर दोगे. कौन सेमी? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर सीइंग दिस फर्स्ट टाइम? सेमी, यस सर. And if you are clear, semi clear, sir. Come on, semi guys, clear or yes? Okay, good. Okay, let's go to the next section. If any individual who is not receiving any HRA and paying any rent can get the deduction here under section 80GG. How much is the section? How much is the deduction here? Is deduction 25% of total income or rent paid minus 10% of total income or 5,000 per month, whichever is lower. Okay, this you can get. Deduction if any residential accommodation is owned by SSE, his spouse, minor child, HUF at the place where ordinarily resides or performs. अगर आपका ही कोई घर है सेम सिटी में सेम जगह पर तो इस केस में डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा, पर आप दूसरी जगह जाके काम करते होगे तो ये डिडक्शन आपको मिल जाएगा. एंड यू आर नॉट रेसिडेंट HRA. 80GGA donation for scientific research for rural development. If you are paying in cash, only maximum 2,000. Other than that, you have to pay in donation in by check or bank account. 80GGB contribution of the donation for now. This is for any SSC not having PGBP. Why? Because if someone is having PGBP, he will claim in section 35. Their all donations were given there for scientific research, IIT, and approved this, that. Other than that, if anyone gives a donation, they will also get the full amount as deduction, whatever amount they paid. Only about 2,000 should not be in cash. 80GGB contribution to political party in electoral or any electoral trust. So here, if company does it, 80GGB. If any other person does it, 80GGC. Whatever amount you give, the same will be there, allowed as you to as a deduction. Thereafter, 80JJAA, interesting section. This is for in respect of 30% of salary for new employees. So please pay attention. The 30% of salary paid to the new employees and for the first time only. हमेशा नहीं. Okay. Additional employee cost incurred. Deduction is allowable in three. Please pay attention. for 3 assessment year, including the assessment year relevant to the previous year in which such employments were provided. 3 years के लिए मिलेगा. I'm so sorry. 3 years के लिए you'll get this deduction of 30%. Only thing is that they should be employed for more than 240 days, more than 150 days in case of your footwear or apparel industry, if you remember. Okay. Thereafter, 80 QQBB, and only thing, and one more thing was there, that your total number of employees should increase. अगर पहले मेरे 100 थे, अब 130 है, तो ये 30 का आपको मिलेगा. अब नेक्स्ट ईयर 140 है, तो ये 10 का आपको मिलेगा. नेक्स्ट ईयर 120 है, नहीं मिलेगा. ओके. फर्दर 80 QQB, वाई क्यू लिखी है भाई बुक तुमने, इज फॉर रॉयल्टी. QQC इज फॉर RRB इज फॉर पेटेंट्स. Here, whatever amount you get, 3 lakh rupees or 15% of the amount, whichever is lower, will get as a deduction. Similar is for patent also, 3 lakh rupees whole income or 3 lakh rupees, whichever amount is less. Pay attention. Whatever income you get, the total income or 3 lakh rupees, whichever is lower will be your deduction. And in case you are getting this royalty as say percentage, so in that case 15% of the value would be the deduction here. 80 TTA, TTB. TTA is for people who are less than 60. Okay. Other than resident senior citizen, and 80 TTB who are more than 60 or 60 as well. Here the deduction value is 10,000. Here the value is 50,000. यहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ सेविंग अकाउंट के इंटरेस्ट का डिडक्शन मिलेगा. रिमेंबर, यू फर्स्ट ऐड द इंटरेस्ट ऑन सेविंग अकाउंट इन योर iOS and then you'll get deduction here. ऊपर ही कम मत कर देना, आपको 1 मार्क ऊपर मिलेगा, आधा मार्क नीचे मिलेगा. फर्दर, if it's your senior citizen, it's on saving interest as well as FD interest, because they know many senior citizens have the fixed deposits, so it's available on both of them. Okay, for senior citizen only, but for normal citizen only on saving interest is available, and limit is 10,000. It you already discussed when some person is himself disabled. 10 AA SEZ deduction we have discussed yesterday. For first 5 years, 100% of export profit. Next 5 years, another what we say, 50% of export profit. For next 5 years, whatever amount you credit or your amount whichever is deducted of that would be lower of the above will be given as a deduction. Now let's go to the next chapter. The next chapter is last chapter for you actually, because the next is the return filing chapter only. The chapter is, wait a minute, TDS, TCS. Just let me see where that advanced tax. Yeah. Okay, I will just quickly go through all the sections, guys. If you have any query about any particular section, please let me know. DR. Okay, all of them are here in this way, yeah. What to do now? Hmm, how you'll be seeing this, yeah? Just a minute, let me see what I can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are so many pages. Okay, let me take you from one notes itself. Just in case of any amendment is there, by chance if I forget because that's not in my notes, just let me know. So I will go into that particular section. It's the last two up to last amendment. These are amended. Okay. First thing, when you guys are going to do the TDS will be always done at the time of credit or payment, whichever is earlier. But in 5 cases, the TDS will be done only at the time of payment. Which are these 5 cases? Salary, EPF, winnings from lottery betting gambling, maturity of life insurance policy, and compensation for compulsory acquisition of property. These 5 cases, TDS will be done only at the time of payment, not at the time of credit. For rest of all, payment or credit, whichever is earlier. If the person doesn't give you PAN, cut the TDS at 20% flat. Okay. And if any section is for foreigner, cut the TDS with cess as well. Okay. Thereafter, section 192 is for salary. Now here you are going to deduct the TDS as per the rate applicable to that as per his personal slab rates. So you can ask him for all the employees and you will take deduction all the incomes, and you can take deduction only for house property and deduct the TDS. If you have any further deduction, he will claim it and he will take the refund. 192A is for amount accumulated into your provident fund. 10% deduction would be there upon that as well if it is above 50,000 rupees. 193 TDS on interest on securities. 10% again here, but no interest if paid to LIC, DMAT or government securities. Thereafter, yeah, 194 dividends. 10% TDS will be done, but no dividend should be done if it is in cash or such dividend is less, doesn't exceed 5,000, more than 5,000, or paid to LIC, GIC, etc. TDS 194A, one of the important section, TDS on interest other than securities. So if you pay anyone interest other than individual is not liable to tax audit, like a business to whom the tax audit is not applicable, they shall do the TDS here if they are paying interest above where is the deduction? Yeah. If any other than individual HUF not liable to tax in audit. So all the person who are liable to tax audit will do the TDS, but no TDS will be done if the interest is up to 40,000 or 50,000 in case of banks. Okay. And in all other cases, 5,000. That's what I was searching for. In all other cases, 5,000. So if I am paying interest to someone else, if it is above 5,000, interest is above 5,000, I have to do the TDS. And banks will do the TDS if it is above 50,000. Okay. Thereafter, there are some regulations as well. I'm not going in very much detail of all that, guys, because they're not very much difficult to remember or understand. Remember difficult है, understand करना easy है. 194B, winnings from lottery betting gambling, TDS will be done at flat 30% if it is about 10,000. BB और भी बड़े लोग, that is on horses about 10,000 है तो यहाँ पे भी 30% रहेगा. C is very important. TDS on contract. Now see, contract doesn't mean written contract. Contract means anything done specially for you. Say I purchased 10 ACs. That doesn't mean a contract here. I customized 10 AC as per my classrooms. That will be a contract for me. If this contract value goes above 30,000 for single bill or above 1 lakh in during the year, you have to do the TDS at 1% for HUF for individual and 2% for companies. So if say I purchase this bottle as it is, say I purchase 1,000 bottle to give to all of you students. Okay. I do not want to give do the TDS here. But if I customize bottle with my name, I need to do the TDS. If the payment is about 30,000 or 1 lakh for the total year. Also remember here, if in case of TV industries, if there is any ready-made cereal already given to someone else to display it, in that case, no TDS. But if some cereal has been particularly made as per the requirement of say colors, then TDS has to be done. Further, thereafter, 194D, tax on insurance commission. So insurance company, when they will pay commission to the agents, and if commission is more than 15,000 throughout the year, they will do 5% TDS. TDS on maturity of insurance proceed. ये इंश्योरेंस कंपनी किसी भी अपने क्लाइंट को दे रहा है. Okay, above 5%, they will do TDS at 5%. But remember, if it is exempt under section 1010D, then no TDS. Even if it is not exempt, but if it is the amount is less than 1 lakh, no TDS. One of the important section. Whenever insurance company will give TDS to you. Okay. Once again, I'm saying, whenever the insurance company will give TDS, will give maturity amount to you. If it is exempt under section 1010D, then nothing to worry. If it is above below 1 lakh, nothing to worry. But above 1 lakh and also not exempt, then it will be taxable for you. TDS they will deduct at 5%. Section 194E, another very important for any non-resident sports person, any entity, any entertainer, just like अभी आकाश अंबानी की शादी में अभी कोई आए थे ना, वो singer. So whenever they will do payment to such person, 20% plus says TDS has to be deducted. So any commentator coming in IPL, 20% plus says TDS has to be deducted. 194 EE, deposit under National Savings Scheme. If you do it, 10% will be deducted. Okay. But if the total is less than 2,500, then nothing will be deducted here. Further, 194F for repurchase of mutual fund units. If mutual fund company repurchase some units from you, 20% will be TDS. 194B if winnings are in kind. Rashmita City, if winnings are in kind, still 30% will be there. Of the fair market value we can take. 194H, TDS on commission brokerage. Any person to whom audit is applicable. If the TDS on if the brokerage or commission are more than 15,000, again TDS has to be done at the rate 5%. 194I, TDS on rent, another very important section. So if someone is paying, if someone is paying to whom audit is applicable, TDS paying rent, which is about 2,40,000 for throughout the previous year. So 2% TDS should be done for plant and machinery, and 10% should be done for furnitures. Thereafter, 194IA, TDS on purchase of immovable property. If any person, not only taxable person, not only auditable person, any person purchase the immovable property which is above 50 lakh rupees, he has to do the TDS 1%. Other than rural agriculture land, because rural agriculture land is outside the scope of definition of capital assets. Next, TDS on 194 IB, TDS on rent of immovable property. Now see that the ऊपर वाला जो rent था ना 194 I, that was for a business, 2.40 lakhs का limit. Now if any individual or HUF जिसको audit applicable नहीं है, if he pays a rent and the rent is above 50,000 rupees per month, or whichever is last month, उसका 50,000 से ज्यादा है आपका पर मंथ का रेंट, तो आपको 5% TDS करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पर of the person to whom you are paying the rent. Okay. For and कब करना है रेंट? थ्रू आउट द ईयर, नहीं टू द लास्ट मंथ. मार्च महीने के टाइम में आप ये रेंट का TDS करके दे देना, नो प्रॉब्लम. 194 IC, TDS under payment of under development agreement. TDS under payment under development agreement. Any person to any resident, 10% TDS will be done. For joint ventures, we decided when land is given by one, builder is given a building. ऐसे केस में अगर आपने कुछ किसी को पेमेंट दिया तो 10% आपका कट करोगे पेमेंट और फिर आप दोगे, अगर आपने लैंड एक्विजिशन के टाइम कुछ पैसा दिया. 194J, another very important. When anyone take any professional service and the bill is about 30,000, either one bill or throughout the year, please remember यहाँ पे 30,000 limit is separate for professional service, separate for technical service, and separate for royalty and non-compete fees. सबके 30,000 अलग 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 है. For example, if you are taking professional consultancy from me, 30,000 उसका अलग है. If you are taking some technical consultancy from me, उसका 30,000 अलग है. Okay, but if anything, even a single year or single bill, whatever it may be, if it crosses 30,000, you have to do TDS at the rate 10%. So in future, once you become CA, your TDS will be done under this section 194J. Remember this. Okay. Now to the person to whom TDS person paying income in respect of units of mutual fund, admin specified fund or specified company, TDS is 10% if the payment is above 55,000 rupees. इनकम इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ यूनिट्स, मतलब आपको कोई यूनिट्स दे रहा है पैसे देने की जगह, तो वहां पे भी आपको रहेगा अगर ये 5,000 के ऊपर आपके वैल्यू है तो. नाउ अनदर 194 LA, compensation on compulsory acquisition of immovable property. So whenever any government organization will compulsorily acquire your immovable property and the property value is about 2.5 lakh rupees, they will do 10% TDS here as well. Now this is another very important section. Now see, section 194J, 194, what is that? H and 194J H, और क्या है? Commission, brokerage, हाँ, this both were applicable to audit companies only, audit partnership firms or audit firms only. So one to whom audit is not applicable, अगर ऐसे ने किसी को भी 50 लाख से ज्यादा का पेमेंट दिया, 50 लाख से ज्यादा पेमेंट, प्रोफेशनल सर्विस और से टेक्निकल सर्विस और से ब्रोकरेज 50 लाख से ज्यादा है, तो वी वांट टू नो दिस, हु इज सच इंडिविजुअल हु इज पेइंग सच अ हाई कमीशन ब्रोकरेज. So 5% TDS has to be done on the same as well. Okay, TDS on cash withdrawal in excess of 1 crore. Excess. Further, अगर ऐसे पर्सन ने अपना इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न नहीं भरा है पिछले 3 साल में, तो उसको 20 लाख की लिमिट है. 20 lakhs के ऊपर they will do at the rate 2%, और 1 crore के ऊपर they will do at the rate 5%. This bank has to do TDS of the person who is withdrawing the cash. Generally, limit up to 1 crore, no tax. Above 1 crore, 2%. But if someone haven't paid income tax, final income tax return in last 3 years, they will find out that. And if he withdraws about 20 lakhs, if withdraw about 20 lakhs, 2% रहेगा. Above 1 crore, this time it will be 5%. TDS on sale of e-commerce operator. अगर आप e-commerce operator को कुछ भी बेच रहे हो, e-commerce operator को आपको जो भी पेमेंट दे रहा है 1% TDS कट करके देगा. Deduction for senior citizens. Now see, this is one special provision which was brought. The senior citizen can't always go to C and file their income tax return. So what they can do, they can go to any bank if they are above 75 years of age, and they can ask the bank to deduct their TDS there itself. So they do not need to require to file the return separate. Purchase of goods. Another very interesting section. क्यों लाया? सब बिजनेसमैन बोल रहे थे सेक्शन क्यों लाया. अगर आप किसी से भी गुड्स परचेस कर रहे हो सिंगल पार्टी से 10 करोड़ के ऊपर 0.1% आपका उसको टीडीएस करना in the total financial year. Okay. 194S. If there is any transfer of digital assets, buyer seller 1% year should be TDS dealt here as well. Who will do the TDS? The seller will be doing the TDS here. Everyone clear? So these were all your TDS sections. I think I have covered everything, all of the sections there. Let me just check in your study material once. Okay. Yes, any queries, guys? Please let me know if you guys have any queries. Come on. See, TDS chapter is quite difficult to understand इसे. Okay. So what you guys do is इसका है ना आप चार्ट जो है ना एक चार्ट बना के आपके यहाँ पे कहीं तो भी मिरर के आसपास में वॉशरूम में कहीं तो भी या फिर आपके डोर पे कहीं तो भी स्टिक कर दो. दैट्स द ओनली वे हाउ वी कैन रिमेंबर दिस टीडीएस एंड डिडक्शंस बिकॉज इसके सेक्शन नंबर इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. 194J. Wait a minute, let me see. I should know that is a problem with my notes because I haven't got time only to put that amendments there back. Fees of professional technical royalty service non-commit fees to director 30,000 in a financial year. However, limit does not apply in case of amendment made to director of a company. क्या है इसके अंदर Kiri, what do you mean to say exactly? Because I'm not able to see anything here. I said your technical fees, royalty, non-compete fees, director's remuneration is also there here. Don't forget that. And director remuneration को कोई limit नहीं है. हाँ? That has to be flatly done there. अच्छा 2% for company engaged in call center. Call center it is 2%. For rest of all it is 10%. Just let me know exactly what you are exactly talking about, Kenny. Okay. With this, we finish our this thing as well. Return filing chapter is the most simplest chapter. If you want, I can go through that as well. Let me see. That's just return filing due date and everything is been mentioned here. Okay. Now, rather than that, pay attention, everyone. See, what I was about to say. Yes. Please, what do you what guys what you should guys what you guys should do is that stick the pages of writing all the sections. Yeah, of writing all the sections of your deductions as well as your what we say of your TDS or stick it somewhere just like here. Okay, because मैंने मेरे notes में ना इसलिए ऊपर जगह दी. What I do, I ask students to write there itself when I'm in the class. हर section होने के बाद हम वहाँ पे लिख देते हैं. ओके, सो ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है ना वो सारी चीज़ें वहाँ पे मेंटेन होती जाती है. और अगर आपने उसको कॉपी कर लिया तो सिंपल बाद में आपके पास ये पेज हमेशा के लिए हो जाता है. सो ऐसा ही कुछ आप पेज बनाओ सेक्शन थोड़ा सा कुछ डिटेल हो सेक्शन के बारे में एंड रीड and stick it somewhere for TDS as well as deduction. So this will be the best and only way to remember all of them because यहाँ पे आपको सब section याद करने पड़ते हैं. There is no other option for the same. Okay. Yes. Any other queries, guys? Yeah. Advanced tax is one of the pays. Pay attention, everyone. So see, up to now this advanced tax is going to be in cumulative way. Okay. Up to 15 June, you have to pay 15% of advance tax. Up to 15 September, you have to pay 45%. मतलब ये 15 को मिला के total 45. Up to 15 December, around 75%, and above to 15 March, 100% of the deduction. Further, now the interest under section 234 A, B, C. This is another very important part. See, first A takes part for delay of return filing. So see, if this is the previous year, say 23, 24, and say this was the return filing due date. तो इससे जितना लेट करोगे आपको 230 अपने 234 ए इंटरेस्ट लगाएगा. ठीक है, जितना भी लेट आप रिटर्न फाइलिंग ड्यू डेट से करोगे, वॉट एवर आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट ऑफ टैक्सेस देयर अपॉन दैट, every month 1%. Thereafter, 234B talks about interest on non और short payment of advance tax. So यहां से यहां तक आपने जितना भी, यहां से यहां तक नहीं, यहां से यहां तक इनफैक्ट पूरा आपने जितना भी शॉर्ट पेमेंट ऑफ एडवांस टैक्स किया हुआ है, वी रिक्वायर एटलीस्ट यू टू पे एटलीस्ट 90% ऑफ दैट एडवांस टैक्स. आपने जितना भी शॉर्ट पे किया है उसके ऊपर डिफरेंस के ऊपर आपको ये इंटरेस्ट लगेगा. Again, this is 1% per month from 1st of April up to you pay. Say return filing is for return filing. ये रहेगा 234B for your short payment of tax. Because government want tax also before. क्यों हम लेट करें भाई? खर्चा तुम आज कर रहे हो तो टैक्स भी हमको आज ही दो. And the 234C is for all the different installments. हर एक के बीच में जो इंटरेस्ट लगेगा वो रहेगा. Okay, so as you know, the dates of installment were 15 June, 15 September, 15 June, 15 September, and 15th of January and 15th of March. Okay, so see, यहाँ पे 3 महीने का इंटरेस्ट लगेगा, यहाँ पे अलग से 3 महीने का लगेगा, यहाँ पे 3 महीने का लगेगा, और यहाँ पे सिर्फ 1 मंथ का ही लगेगा लास्ट में. एक मिनट को मैंने आगे पीछे लिख दिया थोड़ा. See, so 15th on June 1st, we'll check that how much you need to pay. You need to pay at least 15% of tax. आपने नहीं पे किया तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक के लिए आपको डिफरेंस अमाउंट के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट लगेगा 1% per month for 3 months. On 15th of September, we'll again check whether you have paid 45% of tax. नहीं पे किया, again 1% per month for next 3 months. यहाँ पे we'll again check if you have paid 75% or not. नहीं किया, again 1% for 3 months. एंड यहां तक हमको 90% तो चाहिए था बॉस, नहीं किया तो ये ओनली 1 मंथ ही रहा ना, तो यू विल गेट 1% फॉर 1 मंथ, क्योंकि इसके बाद में तो 234B इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर नॉन पेड टैक्स अमाउंट, सो डू नॉट नीड टू वरी अबाउट दैट. ओके, सो 3 मंथ, 3 मंथ, 3 मंथ एंड 1 मंथ. रिमेंबर दिस. ऑल्सो रिमेंबर 15 के जगह अगर आपने 12 भी कर दिया नो प्रॉब्लम, 45 के जगह आपने 36 भी कर दिया नो प्रॉब्लम, बट यहाँ पे आपको 95 या 70 या 95 90 करना ही पड़ेगा. देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन. 90 भी नहीं, सॉरी 100 करना ही पड़ेगा, नो अदर ऑप्शन. एवरीवन क्लियर? सो आई कैन गो इनटू वेरी मच डिटेल इनटू दिस. Yeah, call center, tech center, that's a very minor thing in there. That's why I haven't taken there 2 center and 1% of call center and 1% for the commission there. Okay. So now, yes. So please remember this very nicely. So this is taken care by 234C. This is taken care by 234B, and the return filing duty is taken care by 234A. ऐसे ये 3 तरीके के इंटरेस्ट होते हैं. But remember, the installment are 15, 45, 75, 100. But for first two installment, they have given concession as well. कि 12 कर दिया तो भी चलेगा, और second installment में 36 कर दिया तो भी चलेगा. So see, it's very simple. 15 3 30 45. Similarly, 12 3 36. Okay. Now further, remember one more thing is that if any capital gains happen in certain in between, because we never know when capital gain can happen, when our house will be sold, we never know that. So in this case, what happens? जब कभी भी आपका capital gain होगा, से आपको capital gain बीच में यहाँ पर हो गया, यहाँ पे got capital gain. तो capital gain के लिए जो भी टैक्स रहेगा उसकी इंस्टॉलमेंट आपकी नेक्स्ट इससे ही चालू होगी. So do not need to worry about that. But you have to pay the tax from the next installment as itself of your advance tax. Or else you get a good hefty interest 1% per month or part of the month. Even if single day delay, 1 month का interest आपको लग जाएगा. Everyone clear? Okay. So with this, we are summing up our revision for our income tax. Okay. And now I will back at 7 p.m. and we'll start for the revision of your GST. Okay. I have said you that I am going to take that, what do we say? The amendments, which जिसका अलग से file upload किया हुआ institute ने, don't worry. Tomorrow I will definitely get a time. So I will take DT as well as IDT that time itself. Everyone clear? Okay, guys, that's it then. Shall we stop here? Come on, say me at least yes or no. थक गए हो क्या आप सब लोग? Yes, I have to update that, Anuraj. Please give me some time to update that because I'm quite occupied currently. So around say next week, most probably I will update it and I will let you know how from where you can download the same. Surely. See, please give me time up to next week. If unfortunately if I can't do because you guys are so intelligent, I can see. I will send you this so you update at your end. जहाँ पे if you feel somewhere because you guys know. I mean, we are studied amendment separately, so you guys know that very nicely. Again, we are going to take that in tomorrow's class. So by chance, if I couldn't do it, I'll send you the material. So you please guys upload it, update it at your end. Okay, everyone. That's it. Bye bye. Take care. See you at 7 p.m. session, and we'll continue from there. Okay. Bye bye. Okay.